Hi guys, it's Machaela and welcome back to my channel and welcome to my makeup monthly for the month. This is a video that I do at the end of every month where I share any makeup products I've bought, any empties I've used up, or any makeup hacks that I have. It was a smaller, low purchase kind of month, and I know that last month I didn't actually bring any new makeup into my collection, not counting Boxycharm. That's a whole separate video and I will link that down below if you're interested. However, this month I did bring in 2 new items, and that's not so much because I didn't want to purchase makeup, but more so because I spent a lot of my beauty budget on hair care. So in place of makeup this month, I utilized that same budget for hair care products, and if you would like a haul, please let me know. I actually only brought in 2 new items this month, and so a little backstory: when I purchased these items, I had gotten my hair done that day and I was getting ready to go to my friend's baby shower. However, I had a lot of like red dye on like the sides of my hair, and I just didn't think to bring any kind of makeup with me for touch-ups. I really didn't think too much about it. So on our way there, I went from the hair salon to my friend's shower. I was telling my husband, I'm like, we need to stop at Walmart. I need to try to fix this up. So what I ended up picking up was both the L'Oreal True Match Lumi foundation as well as the True Match concealer. Looking back on it, I probably should have picked up a contour shade or like a darker shade to try and act as a bronzer, considering it was right around my hairline, because this did not work at all for what I was hoping for. But I did pick up a slightly deeper shade, but still one that matched me very well to try and blur those lines. Long story short, I just decided that I was just gonna leave it. I don't care. My hair looked nice. My hair was curled. It was like fresh salon. I just had some hair dye on my skin, and I had known my friends since we were young kids. So I just decided that, oh well. But I did pick up 2 shades slightly darker. I picked up what would have been my summer shade, so this is a little bit deep, but really great for this time of year. And actually, the shade that I bought, my skin seems to be darkening up a little bit. I used to like teeter that fair light shade range line, and now I'm more of a solid like light complexion, a little bit more warm. So I've stopped purchasing foundation shades and even concealer shades in the shade fair, and just kind of went for a light neutral, light warm neutral. And I don't know if that's just because like last summer I was very pale. Keep in mind I was also pregnant last summer, so I think that for some reason it just made me appear or feel like a little bit more pale. I don't know, pregnancy changes your skin, and now that I'm not pregnant anymore, I feel like my skin has deepened up, and I don't know if it's just because I'm now in my late 20s or something. Something shifted in the last couple of years with my skin tone. Again, I have been pregnant the majority of the last few years, and now that I'm not pregnant, it could just be that this is just where my skin is at. And of course, skin is always changing. Things are always changing. So anyway, this is a good summer shade for me. And this is something, I don't know why I haven't tried it before. I just didn't. I'm sure this has been out for a while, but this is the L'Oreal True Match Luminous foundation. It's like, I think it's got like an SPF of 20 in it, which is great. I like it. I feel like it's a very beautiful foundation. I feel like it is a very comparable and affordable alternative to the Anastasia foundation. Again, I don't know. This one I know came out like in the summer of, or like later in 2018. I don't know when this one came out, so this could have been around longer. I really don't know, but I feel like it's very dewy. I think it lasts well. I think it's a great summer, like medium. You can even build it up to, I feel like, a full coverage foundation if you wanted to, if you needed to add a couple of layers. But very glowy, very fresh looking. So this would be definitely one of those that I would recommend if you're wanting something a little bit with more coverage on it for this time of year. But it is still very dewy, and again, very comparable. This shade I definitely have more of a lighter shade. Because I thought about trying to do like a side-by-side, like to show you kind of how similar they are, but the shade is just a little bit too different. This is more my winter shade. This is more my summer shade. I have the shade N3 Natural Buff, and then this one I have 200W, so this is definitely more warmer. But again, shade match aside, obviously if you're going to buy these two, buy them according to your shade match. I feel like they are very, very comparable, if not dupes for each other. I never like to use the term dupe just because I'm not well knowledgeable in what that would be, so I just go with affordable alternative, just because nothing really I feel like is exactly the same, but these are definitely very comparable to one another. If you are wanting this but not wanting to pay the high-end price tag, this would be a great affordable alternative. And then the last item I picked up to go with it is the L'Oreal True Match. It says the Super Blendable Crayon Corrector. It's just a concealer. And of course, I love a good stick concealer. However, and this is just like a drugstore concealer thing, or drugstore not concealer thing. A drugstore, any kind of pencil format. Is it just me, or are the ends like really, really pointy to the point to where they want to stab you in the eye? I feel like with more high-end and luxury brands, when it comes to these kind of products, they're not trying to stab you in the eye. And that's where I would say you might want to go, if you're going in a stick version, like whether it be a pencil, eyeliner, or really anything, I would say you might want to look for more high-end alternatives. I mean, use the side. It's not gonna like full on, it's not like the sharpest thing in the world, but you definitely are gonna want to use the sides to try to apply it instead of like going directly in. Whereas I feel like more high-end stick concealers, it's a little bit more of a doe foot type shape. It's a little bit more rounded, more angular. I really don't know where my word's at, but again, I did this shade. The shade that I got is more of a spot concealer shade. I got the shade N 4-5, the light, medium, neutral 4-5. So which is good. I wanted that because a lot of my concealers for a while there, I bought my concealers like when I was really teetering that shade match range between fair and light skin. I would buy my concealers in the fair range, and I would buy my foundations in the light range. So, and now that my skin is deeper than it used to be, I feel like I'm wanting to get more shade matches of concealers that is more in the light range. So I'm glad to have this, as it does match me very well. I know the rule of thumb though is if you're gonna buy a foundation, the same shade, buy the same shade in the same concealer because they are comparable to one another, because the shade in concealer is going to be slightly lighter for a brightening effect, or even a shade slightly deeper if you are wanting a more of a spot corrector. So I feel like that's what this is. But I did buy a shade slightly deeper. Again, just trying to contour and try to fix the messy hairline that I had that day. That's at no fault to my hairstylist. That's just the process of which you do when you get your hair done. I absolutely love the lady that does my hair. She's a friend of mine, and I will keep coming back to her time and time again. I have officially decided to stop box dyeing my hair and have fully decided to go full-on salon visit, and then that's just a pamper day once every 3 months or so. Anyway, that's enough rambling. I have 3 empties this month. I've got 2 eyebrow products and 1 skincare. I typically don't include my nighttime skincare in the hauls. However, if I finish them up, because it is skincare, hair care, beauty related, I will include it in the empties videos. And this is just a Clarins it's a tonic treatment oil. And I love the little glass bottle. I am actually going to keep this because I think it would be great for like putting like essential oils in here. And just using those for whatever I need them for. So I'm going to clean this out and keep it. However, this here, I liked the way it felt on my skin. I really don't know a whole lot about like the tonic treatment, like toner type stuff. It's not an area that I'm really familiar in. I do know that upon application, it did give it an initial like, not a stinging feeling, but kind of felt like peppermint on the skin, which was not bad as long as I used other more sensitive products with it. I don't see myself buying the full one. I didn't really notice any results, but I had a small one, so I decided to use it. Again, I don't really have an opinion on this. I just know that that's what it felt like on the skin. It wasn't bad, but I definitely wouldn't use this with any other harsher skincare products. I would prefer to use it with a more moisturizing, gentle like moisturizer with it, or other skincare products. Now let's move on to the 2 eyebrow products I finished this month. I'm getting low on eyebrow pencils here. I'm going to need to buy more, and I love that I can say that because it means I'm not overdoing it in the eyebrow category. But let's go ahead and start with the Tarte Big Ego Sketch and Set brow products. I just got a mini of this. I finished both the pencil side as well as the dip brow side. I don't know what this is called. The pomade. It's called the pomade. And I absolutely love both of these. I don't know why I did not buy the big version of this. This went by, I think, a little way too fast for me, but I loved it. I love the preciseness of the brow. I love that I can coat my brow hairs and even use them to set. But again, I will definitely be purchasing this again in probably the bigger size. Maybe I'll wait for a sale, but I see myself repurchasing this in the... And the last empty that I have is the Urban Decay Brow Blade. Now the pen side I finished a while ago, and I don't think I fully finished it. I love this product. The only beef I have is with the cap. I feel like it really kept separating from the pen side, therefore drying it out. So I think that if I kept the cap on here, I could have used the pen side more. But again, I love the pencil side. I feel like, again, I love thinner pencils to where I can really get in and draw in my brows and work on some detailing, but it doesn't take a ton of time, and that's why I love this. And again, this is one of those I will probably repurchase. I'll probably wait for if I can find a sale, but I can see myself repurchasing this, and I will highly recommend both of these. These are both holy grail brow products in my collection. I love them with every... If I could only have 2 brow products in my life, it would be these 2. And so highly recommend. I think they are worth the price tag. Do I feel like you can get affordable alternatives? Yes, I have tried many things that are good affordable alternatives. However, for me, I love these 2. I will go back to these 2, but obviously don't spend the money on them if you are on a tight budget. I know Almay has a really good brow products. I've heard NYX has really good brow products, especially if you're wanting a pen. So do you need the high-end ones? No. Do I see myself repurchasing these? Absolutely. I would be thrilled to have these back in my collection, and because I think I'm down to 1, maybe 2 official brow pencils, and those 2 are not even my favorite brow pencils in my collection. So I would love to get more brow pencils. So that's one thing that's going to be on my buy list this year. But with that, I don't have any makeup hacks to show you this month. I really didn't wear makeup as much as normal, so I really didn't get a chance to play around and experiment. But I did finish those 2 off pretty early in the month. I know I finished the Tarte one earlier in the month, and then I think as soon as I finished this one off, I used this one up within a week or 2 after that. So these are both very close to being done anyway. But yeah, that was the month. I don't have any brow or any hacks, but with that, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this style of video, and if you would like to see a hair care haul, please let me know in the comments, and I will see you in the next one. God bless, and bye guys.